Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 192. Opera browser adds crypto purchase options, and Binance and WazirX launch 50 million token fund. Now, if you're catching this from live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. Link is in the description, guys. So is the link to the amazing articles we cover here on this awesome stream. Now, happy... What are we at today? Wednesday? Tuesday? Tuesday night, man. Freaking today was very long. Anyways, I did home office today. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun. Anyways, Bitcoin Jake, hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for being here. Benny, yeah, you're ready. Awesome, man. We're all ready. Thanks for joining us today. One second, someone's calling me, but declining. Anyways, yeah, COVID-19 survival. Martin is providing a public service, keeping people at home to watch his crypto channel and trade crypto at home. Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, it's a crypto service. Yeah, you know, it's a community service. Come here, watch cryptocurrencies live, and you know, I guess that's how we do it, right? You guys can stay at home, chill on Twitter and YouTube, Twitter, read about the news, you know, come hang out with us. That's all amazing. I think I haven't quite sent this out on Twitter yet. There we go. Awesome. So that's that. On to this again. Alright, so, yeah, what's going on with the news, right? We do have a couple articles that we're going to go through today. This is the first one. Opera browser adds Apple Pay debit card cryptocurrency purchase options. Now, Opera browser app has partnered with e-payment startup Wire to expand its built-in wallet crypto buying power. Now, Opera's head of crypto, Charles Hamill, told CoinDesk that the deal primarily caters to mobile crypto buyers in the US. The Opera Wire partnership brings Apple Pay functionality to iOS and debit card integration to Android. It lets users of either system purchase up to $250 worth of Bitcoin or Ethereum daily. Now for a 30-cent fee plus a 2.9% transaction commission. As your browser, that's what he goes on to say, right? As our browser-based wallet is focused around the usage of cryptocurrencies on the web and using decentralized apps, we expect the vast majority of transactions will not hit that limit. Now, it is part of Opera's larger long-term mission to become the go-to browser for Web 3.0. The browser has already taken strides towards that goal, adding Tron support, an Ethereum decentralized app-compatible desktop version, crypto mining protective layers, and wealth of other built-in blockchain features that other leading browsers only offer through third-party extensions. Now, I do believe this is an interesting take, and I'll get to that in a second. Benny sending a message. I found that you found out Bitcoin lately has been connected to a pattern with the Dow Jones figures to a degree, US 30. All right, sure, man, we'll check that out. Like I said, I do believe it's interesting, man, that the web browser is also giving that facility to where you can actually purchase crypto, so you can either send it or, like, you know, make payments with it through the apps, right? Bitcoin Jake doing some reply here. Lol, Benny, what about when Dow dropped 2,200 points yesterday, but no one said anything about Bitcoin? Yeah, well, Bitcoin did drop, although it did manage to bounce as well. We'll get to that once we get to the stream, right? Anyways, the next news that we have is this statement from the chairman of the Ethereum Enterprise for Ethereum Alliance. Basically, they're just stating that John Welland, this is from John Welland, the chairman of the Ethereum Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, and he basically just published a statement. He mentioned that Bron Resnick will be stepping down at the end of June as EEA's executive director, and Ron has been instrumental in many of EEA's recent accomplishments that have set EEA's on a positive course for the future. You know, yada yada. Good wishes on his endeavors, whatever. Anyways, the EA board has met to determine the next steps in their search for a new executive director. In the meantime, Ron will continue to lead the organization in collaboration with the EA board of directors and their management firm, Virtual Inc. Now, interesting also that they're doing a shift on directors. Hopefully, whoever comes in will be a little bit more active. I'm not sure how active Ron was, but if they bring someone in that is like maybe a little bit more active, they might be impulsing for more adoption of Ethereum cross network or whatever they're trying to aim at this, right? I know there's a couple companies that are in here, and I do hope that they come up with something good. It just has to do with like communication between Ethereum and other cryptos and basically companies adopting Ethereum to some extent, right? The next article and final one that we have today. Binance and WazirX launched a 50 million token fund to invest in Indian blockchain startups. Now, this is just going to be for Indians right now, but Binance and WazirX have jointly set up a 50 million token fund to invest in Indian blockchain startups. The fund, dubbed Blockchain for India, is backed by Binance native tokens Binance and Binance US dollars and WazirX, a WRX token. WazirX founder and CEO Nishal Shetty told the block that it's a token fund, meaning it would not invest in startups via cash, although they do mention equity in another point. Due to the previous banking ban, India has been behind the rest of the world by 2 years and want to help expedite the boost the ecosystem. This fund is a step in that direction. Now, people are going to get crypto and they're going to have to exchange it for cash. I'll check that one in a second. The fund will make an investment in both equity and tokens ranging from $100,000 to $5 million. It's like the startups will also get direct access to Binance blockchain infrastructure as well as mentorship support. And again, mentorship support could be one of those things that are probably going to be very interesting, and they could be worth a lot more than the actual monetary value that they're giving you, depending on who they partner you with and what kind of support you get and how quickly and how on board they're with the project and how quickly they help you get it off the ground. Anyways, earlier this week, India crypto exchange CoinDCX also announced a 1.3 million fund called Try Crypto to promote awareness and adoption of cryptocurrencies within the country. CoinDCX co-founder and CEO Sumit Gupta said that at the time, only 5 million people in India currently hold cryptocurrencies. That's less than 5% of the population. We believe, however, that by educating consumers and combating negative preconceptions of the industry, we can boost the number from 5 million to 50 million. Again, that could be a lot more people coming into the crypto sphere, buying crypto, and helping make the market. Now, a couple comments. Bitcoin Jake's team plans to hard fork Hive, splitting the chain and leaving Justin Sun and his own Steam chain. Yeah, maybe, man. I think I did read something about that. And then Benny Ellis charting Dow Jones futures with Bitcoin, and it's similar to a degree. Amazing, in all honesty. Okay, but that is just lately, right? And that's probably because both Bitcoin has not been declared a store of value, right? It's not an official store of value. Store of values don't lose money. They're supposed to keep and hold monetary value, but this is happening lately. Anyways, the market opened at dump. However, the market went up at the same time. Donald Trump stated his live speech. Now I'm assuming a prize on tomorrow, lightly. Yeah, we'll check it out, man. That's it for the news segment. I'm gonna move on to the technicals, and I'll be right back with that. Awesome, and we are back. Thank you for sticking with us. We're at the point of the stream where we do the market analysis. So if you stick with us to the news, thank you. And again, thank you for being here. Let's look at the market, right? What's happening? Yesterday, money flowing into the crypto sphere, 5.98%. Today, losing a little bit of that, 0.99%. Sorry, gaining 0.99%. It's positive. I just tripped there for a second. Anyways, yesterday from an opening of 139.89 billion, closing at 147.74 billion and $8.33 billion move to the upside. Today, Like I said, 149.19, a 1.45% or $1.45 billion move to the upside. Something's lagging. Yeah, the intro lags for some reason. I'm sorry about that. Or the second intro lags for some reason. I'm sorry about that. Not much I can do there. I've been trying to work with it. I can't get it to run smoothly. Unless I don't run the first intro, then it's okay. But for some reason, OBS is not loading them properly. If I had a Stream Deck or something like that, I could potentially preload them. And then when you run them, they just run smoother. But I don't have that, so I just have to deal with it. Anyways, what's happening with Bitcoin dominance? Yesterday, gained dominance, 0.13%. Today, gaining dominance still, 0.26%. Yesterday, from an opening of 65.86, closing at 66.09, and right now sitting at 66.27% of market cap. Now, Bitcoin sitting at $5,407.12. Where are we at? We're still below $5,692.79, which is our resistance there. We did kind of get close to it yesterday. And got rejected. That's fine. We opened a little bit to the downside. Like I said, this was Dow also, right? Like the whole stock market opening down and then bouncing, and then crypto also moving down a little bit today and bouncing from there. That's what I was telling you. It was a little bit correlated on the moves, but not so much, right? Not 100%, but yeah, close. Similar moves, right? And again, people are risk averse, so they get out of stocks, they get out of crypto, right? Crypto being a riskier asset. So, like I said, Bitcoin is really not a store of value. It's not really a safe haven yet. So until it becomes a tested safe haven like gold or other assets like silver and other ones, then we're really just talking about a semi safe haven, we can call it, right? It shows some safe haven characteristics, but it's not there 100%. Again, it's very young. It has not been time tested. And it needs to hold through our recession as a store of value. And until it does that, really not much we can say, right? Anyways, yesterday gaining a little bit of price, undoing the loss from the previous day. Today actually finished gaining that loss and making a little bit more right now. That's about it. Nothing happening on the MACD or on the RSI. It's just sitting sold at 30.14 on the RSI. Nothing else on the daily. Again, I'm waiting for this break above 5,692. We did talk about potential price action to the upside on the 4 hours. We did get it. We're not being strong enough on that divergence to really pump. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. All right, on the 4 hours, we called bearish divergence hidden. Price action to the downside, we got it. We went slightly lower than our previous low, creating strong bullish divergence. We haven't created that negative momentum that I was calling for, remember? We want the price to be somewhere around here, maybe, right? And then we can maybe tag to there. And then we make it a negative momentum island, right? And then we'll be all good, man. We will have some strong bullish divergence to go from there and really try to rally. But right now, we're not doing anything on the 4 hours. At least, let me check. I don't think we're doing anything too significant. We could have, right? We could argue that we did to some extent, maybe. This is technically higher, right? This is very, very slightly higher than this. Right, so high, lower high. This is just very, very, I want to touch this with like tweezers because this is going to be very, very finicky. Playing something else here. I'll tell you why. Because it's just, this can get negated so quickly. And we're going from a lower to a higher, right? So positive momentum, more positive momentum. High on the price, lower on the price, positive, more positive, right? Same thing happening on the other side. Low, high, right? So again, we're being congruent with the market again, showing some divergence here, some hidden bearish, right? Potential price continuation, which means we could potentially be targeting to the downside. Now, I'm seeing some things that I'm looking at right now, which is like tightening of the Bollinger Bands. And really not taking off from the 20 simple moving average. That's something that's worrying me also a little bit. Just making sure this is going to be on the 4 hours. Yeah, it's all good. It's worrying me a little bit because usually when we come here and test it and we manage to stay above, we usually expect large movements. Right now with the tightness and low volatility, we're not getting that move, but we're getting that tightness, which means we could hit an explosive move. And again, we don't know if it's going to be to the upside or the downside. like I said, I want to see these go to the downside, create that strong divergence, and then really get something where we can say we're pumping because of this divergence, right? Even though we have it here, we're going from a negative to a positive, which is good. But it's, let's say it would be better if we could anchor it to a negative momentum and then take it from there. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 48.23. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. Again, broke to the downside, that's fine. Low, higher low, that's all good. 536, 579. So yeah, it's almost negligible. 536, 579. Yeah, so it is there. So I'll just chart it, but I don't believe it's gonna play as strong though. We're creating a hidden bullish divergence, right? Going from negative momentum to a little bit more negative momentum, right? Very slight. Going from a low to a higher, again, creating that hidden bullish divergence. Potential price continuation. We're getting this small pump to the upside, but again, not too strong yet. What's happening here on the RSI though is that we have bearish divergence strong developed, right? So we're going from a low to a higher high. So let me make sure this is all going to stay here on the 1 hour, man. I don't want to be fighting the charts tomorrow. There we go. Go from high to a lower high, right? So positive momentum, less positive momentum. Price, higher price, right? We're diverging. We don't quite have that on the RSI. On the RSI, we're going higher. Again, we're going with the market. But against the MACD, we have this divergence, right? Price action to the downside. We did get it. We held at 20. Then we created this hidden bullish potential price continuation to the upside. But if we're not strong enough, we're probably going to take that dump. And I really don't want to see that happening, right? Yeah, that's about it for this on Bitcoin. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 57.15. Now, let's go on to Ethereum. Ethereum dominance on the daily. What is happening? Yesterday we lost dominance, 1.54%. Today we're gaining very little dominance, 0.65%, sitting at 8.70% of market cap. The price of Ethereum, $118.06. Now again, we're rejecting this resistance at 121. We have not been able to get above it. We talked about it. We also have the 236 at $136.10, which would be our retrace area from 100%. So again, we can still drop lower. We haven't really confirmed being above this and closing above this, so we could say we're not really making a valid retrace yet. But if Bitcoin goes down, this will very likely follow suit. Sitting neutral or sold on the RSI at 30.99. And that's it for this on the daily. Really nothing else happening, unfortunately. So let's go to the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, we had this same stuff, right? Hidden bearish and strong bullish price action to the upside. We're getting it, but we're failing at 121. We've come close to it. We're actually still below the 20 simple moving average on the 4 hours. Tightness of the Bollinger Bands. Neutral on the RSI at 42.50. Positive momentum dying out. Now, let's see this. 244. 259. So as you can see, we're going from a high to a lower high. Same stuff happening, right? Same thing that's happening with Bitcoin is happening here, man. Again, the market's all being congruent in its market dance. Right, something like that. What was it? 244. 259. So this is obviously slightly higher, right? So we're going from a high to a lower high, positive momentum, more positive momentum, very slight though. And we still have it also on the MACD, so we'll go from here to here, right? So again, going higher, sorry, on the RSI going higher. And on the MACD we're also. So again, we're having this hidden bearish potential price continuation, moving down, again, rejecting the 20, which is something we want to get above, and rejecting 121. So if we don't manage to get above those, we're probably looking for lower prices. Try to get that a little bit more room to run, right? Creating that strong divergence from here to a negative momentum, and then really get that strong divergence to help us impulse to the upside. That's it for Ethereum on the 4 hours. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour, we had bearish divergence, hidden bearish price action to the downside. We did take that dip nicely. We don't have anything to chart though. Low, lower low, negative momentum, less negative momentum. Now, same stuff happening here, right? Higher low, less negative momentum. So again, we're good with the market. Now the only thing that we have is here on the top part, and just like Bitcoin did, right? Going to a higher high, and going to a lower, right? So high, higher high, negative momentum, sorry, positive momentum, less positive momentum. On the RSI, we don't quite have it. We're going slightly higher again. Neutral on the RSI at 53.47. Nothing else happening, guys. Really, the market has not been that kind to us today. We're not getting a lot of indicators. We just had some nice movement to the upside yesterday, you know, like 5%. At some point in time, it was 8, close to 9, or maybe close to 10. But we dropped back down, and that's the market's really not sure where it wants to go, man. It's a little bit scared, let's say, right? That's how the market feels right now. Like we're having a lot of indecision. We're also seeing tightness, right? Low, higher, low, higher, low. And here, even though we're going slightly higher, though, you know, we could still say it's probably looking like a rising wedge. Not the best. Usually you break those to the downside. Again, on the 1 hour below, just managed to get above the 20 simple moving average. Let's see if we can hold it or not, and see if we go slightly higher, and then we'll take it from there, you know, a day at a time. The market's not looking that good right now. So let's go to XRP. What is happening with XRP on the daily? Yesterday we lost dominance, 1.45%. Today we're losing dominance, 0.15%. Sitting at 4.37% of market cap. The price of XRP, 14 cents, 14.873 cents to be exact. Now we're back in this area of support resistance that we called out. That's good. We had this hidden bullish potential price action to the upside. We're still waiting for it to play out beautifully, but strong bullish. I'm not sure whether or not it's going to play out, man. We have not seen that nice impulse again on the shorter terms. We're probably looking for that dip. A lower, slightly lower low here would certainly have us go from here to a lower low, probably with less negative momentum, and also higher on the RSI, create that strong bullish divergence on the daily. Same stuff with Bitcoin, right? I didn't call it on Bitcoin, but it's the same thing I'm waiting for, right? Bitcoin, I'll just show it very quick. Again, if we go slightly lower, right, than here, we could potentially create that strong divergence on against the RSI and the MACD, and then we'll pump from there, right? But again, the market's just looking like a picture of itself. Everyone's doing more or less the same thing. And it just looks coordinated. So RSI at 32.12, setting sold. Let's go to the 4 hour. Same stuff, right? Hidden divergence, bearish. Price action to the downside, strong bullish. Price action to the upside, holding the 20, but barely. Again, back in this area of support resistance. We want to be there, but we want to get above 19 cents, 19.4 cents, which was an area of resistance that we had. Now, same stuff happening, right? Going to a positive for this, but again, from here to here, we might be going slightly higher. Let's see, 237, 230. We're not creating that hidden bearish that we had in the other ones. At least not on the MACD, but we would have it on the RSI. We're going from here to here, right? So high on the price, lower high. Like I said, midpoint on the RSI, higher on the RSI, right? So again, creating that hidden bearish potential price continuation to the downside. We're holding 20, but really not taking off from there. Tightness of the Bollinger Bands coming in. Neutral on the RSI at 45.64. Now, let me go on to, is this going to be on the 4 hours? Is this going to be in the 4 hours? Is it going to be in the 4 hours tomorrow? Yes, it's going to be on the test tomorrow. Now let's go to the 1 hour chart. Man, what's happening on the 1 hour chart, right? We had this, we broke to the downside, that's expected. Again, we had bearish divergence, price action to the downside, got it to play out beautifully. Now here we're banking on some price action to the upside. Where were we at here? 124, 122, slightly lower. We managed to make that positive momentum. As you can tell, bearish divergence happening, strong bearish divergence against the MACD. Price action to the downside. We weren't that off yesterday when we were doing the analysis. Just we were at this time frame. We broke down again as expected, held the 20 beautifully. Been holding the 20 more or less, but again, we're tightness of the Bollinger Bands. We can see that we're still coming in here a little bit more. They're being getting a little bit tighter. We might get an explosive move. However, unknown where we're going to get it to. High, lower high, positive momentum, less positive momentum. Again, we're being congruent with the market, right? Low, high, low, higher low. Negative momentum, less negative momentum. Positive, less positive, right? Low on the RSI, high on the RSI. High on the RSI, low on the RSI. Again, being congruent. Our XRP is being congruent, so it's going to play out to the tune of the rest of the market, man. And it wouldn't be weird if from this tightness, which it seems that we're getting a little bit more on XRP, we get an explosive move, and then XRP might start leading the market tomorrow. I'm not sure, man. It just seems that the tightness of the Bollinger Bands is a little bit more pronounced in XRP than the rest of the market. Now, let's move on to Litecoin on the daily, man. What's happened with Litecoin dominance? Yesterday we lost dominance, 3.14%. Today gaining 0.51%, sitting at 1.49% of market cap. The price of Litecoin, $34.68. Now, where we at, man? Same stuff happening. The rest of the market, right? We had that divergence, break down, try to rally a little bit. We don't have it like we had with Bitcoin here, but again, we're following Bitcoin. Sitting sold on the RSI at 31.69. Nothing happening on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hours. In the 4 hours, we had the bearish divergence. We didn't create that bullish divergence that we had with the rest of the coins. This is lower than here, so we don't have that bullish divergence. But again, we did have that bearish, and we're bouncing because the market's bouncing, holding the 20, managing to stick with it, getting tightness off the Bollinger Bands, neutral on the RSI at 45.95. Really nothing else happening with Litecoin on the 4 hours. It's just, like I said, the market has not been very, very active right now. So again, bearish divergence, we broke to the downside, right? That's fine. Price action to the downside, let's see. Low, higher low, negative momentum. Where are we at here? 0.04, 0.08. Alrighty, something I do like. Going slightly higher, right? Doing this in the 1 hour. Yep. And then going from here to here. Alright, so low. So negative momentum, more negative momentum. Low, high, hidden bullish divergence, potential price continuation. That's what's getting us to go up here. Again, managing to be above the 20 right now in the 1 hour. Let's see if we can close here. Maybe you see that's catapult to rally. We're getting tightness off the Bollinger Bands as well. Neutral on the RSI at 52.89. Let's wait and see how this plays out on the 20 simple moving average, right? Now, after Litecoin, let's go on to Binance. Again, I'm moving a little bit quickly because there's really not much difference between all the coins. It's just one analysis fits all right now. That is what's happening. I'll go back to Bitcoin after this is done. I'll look at the 30, US 30, Benny, like you asked, and I'll do Binance. I also want to look at Bitcoin at the 200 simple moving average just because we haven't looked at it. Even though I know we're far away from it, we'll just look at it for the rest of the guys that have not, or don't look at it as often, I guess. Binance, yesterday, it gained dominance, 2.67%. Today, we're gaining dominance still, 0.10%. Sitting at 1.08% of market cap. The price of Binance, a mighty $10.40. Now what's happening? Just like the rest of the market, right? Here we don't have that divergence. Low, lower low, negative momentum, more negative momentum, low on the RSI, lower on the RSI, right? So again, congruent with the market, just following the rest of the market, that's fine. Let's go to the sitting sold at 30.33. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right, here it looks a little bit more like the rest of the market, right? Hidden bearish, then our strong bullish, price action to the upside, getting up about 20, tightness of the Bollinger Bands. Neutral on the RSI at 47.08. Nothing else happening. Let's wait and see if we're having that bearish divergence. High, lower high. Where are we at here? 247 Spotify ads. Damn yous, Spotify ads. Here we go. Let's play this one. Put them random. It's on random. Why is this song playing again? Alright, let's see what's going on here. We're high, lower high, right? That's fine. So I'm looking here. 2479, 256. So yeah, slightly lower. And we're going also from a high to a lower high. That's fine. But here on the MACD, we do, on the RSI, sorry, we seem to have something that's congruent again. Going high to low, right on the price. Going low to high on the RSI. Creating that hidden bearish potential price continuation. Probably where we had this small dip. We managed to hold a 20 though, and probably where we're bouncing right now. That's it for this on the 4 hours. Really not much happening, like I said. Let's go to the 1 hour. Oh man, I forgot to leave this on the 4 hour chart. What a shame. Yeah, there we go. Go back to the 4 hours. You're cool there. Awesome. So, something lagging. It's something lagging still, Benny? I'm not sure, man. Let me know. If something is lagging, I'm sorry about that. I have my monitor here on my side, and I can see that I'm live and everything's good. So, let me know, right? Anyways, Binance, $10.38. It just dropped a little bit. Where we at? Where we at, man? What's going on, man? We had divergence, right? We managed to go to the downside. That's fine. Let's see. Negative. More negative, that's fine. Less negative as we're going higher. Again, we don't have this small island here like we did with Litecoin. Congruent, high, higher, high, positive, more positive. Going slightly higher, I would say we're level. Yeah, man, we would be level. Right, this price is going straight like that. And here, we are going from a high to a lower high, and we're creating Class B medium type 2 bearish divergence. Price action to the downside. We did move down, managed to hold a 20, and we're still there, man. We managed to bounce off the 20 the last 1 hour candle. That's fine. Starting to make that negative momentum, but it looks like it might be short-lived. We're getting tight inside the Bollinger Bands. We're starting to channel and waiting for something to happen there. Like I said, neutral on the other side, 57.02. Nothing else happening, guys. The market is not that exciting today. Waiting for something to happen. I mean, in all fairness, you could do the opposite, right? If you want to go from here to here, and then go from here to here, and say, oh man, we're diverging on the bottom part, and we're creating hidden bullish. You could, but I'd much rather have it from a, oh man, I forgot to change all of this to 1 hour. I would much rather have it from a negative momentum than from a positive to a negative, right? Like I said, for me, that's how I would do it. You could say that we're creating that hidden bullish, right? And it would seem to merit that we had this small bounce. But for me, I'm just going to be a little bit more reserved right now because the market is bearish and the sentiment overall is a little bit bearish after that drop. Although greed index probably is off the roof, a lot of people are probably going to try to buy in again. And I really don't care for the greed index or the fear index. I care more about what the real market is telling us and the real feel of the market, which is a little bit fearful, right? We're seeing these bounces that are not that high. We're seeing that we're not able to go above resistances. We're seeing that some supports are not being held at some point in time. So again, I'll be a little more careful right now with the market. Let's go look at US 30, man. Sorry, Bitcoin and then US 30, right? So we can do a comparison. This is the Bitcoin on the daily. And I'm going to first do the 200 simple moving average. There we go. Awesome, man. See that 200 is all the way up here, man. It's sitting at 8,489. The price sitting at 5,400. So like I said, we're like $3,000 away. We said that yesterday. I think I said that yesterday or 2 days ago, or I can't remember when I said it, but I said, look, we're $3,000 away. We really have a long climb to go to get to that 200. So we're back on the bear trend, right? And I would say we're even farther, right, than we were before. Look at this. Remember how I told you that if we drop below the 200, we would probably look for lower prices? Alright, look, every time we've been above, just like I said and repeated many times, every time we've been above the 200 simple moving average, we've been on the bull trend. When we broke below it, we broke slightly, then we broke again, but we were farther from that 200, right? And then we kept on just kissing it and moving lower and lower until we crossed again on April the 2nd, or April the 1st, 2019. Right? Then we were on the bull trend. Then we went on the bear trend slightly, managed to go back on the bull trend very briefly, go back on the bear trend, go back on the bull trend very briefly. We managed to hold it, flirted with it, then we failed at holding it. And what happens when I told you guys what was going to happen if we drop below that 200? The market was going to turn bearish. We're probably going to look for lower prices. And yeah, that's exactly what happened, right? So we moved farther away than we had been at any given time. Now, if you don't believe me, we can do a measure of this highest point, I would say, to this lowest point. That should be good enough just for the exercise sake, right? And look, we're going lower, right? I hit the bottom part of the candle there. We're moved much lower, farther away from the 200 simple moving average. So we want to get above that if we want to look bullish again. Now, what I do like, though, is that we're probably going to be dragging this curve to the downside slightly from this impulse down. It takes into account the last 200 candles, right, which are not that much. We're probably taking from here to here, maybe the last 200 days, let's say. So again, really looking forward to this to start coming down, and then we might get closer and try to get above it. So we could get in at a better area of value for Bitcoin and get back on the bull trend again, which could be amazing for everyone. Now, that's it for this. Let's go on to, what else, man? What else can we look at? The 30, right? The US 30. So let's go look at that, man. Let's look at that for Benny. Benny, the Jet Rodriguez, man. Let's see, US 30, man. Here it is. Oh, man. Yeah, it's been moving down, right? We're calling for some kind of bounce here. We did get it the next day, though. You know, I was calling for like a price bounce. Where were we at here? 440. 500. So, yeah, even though we kind of killed it, You know, I was expecting to see some kind of bounce or pullback, and we did get that, so I'm happy with that. We probably still have it because it did play off still off the RSI. Even though we just kind of killed it here on the MACD, the RSI is still showing it, right? And these pullbacks that we've been getting on the market, we could have accounted for all of them. And we talked about getting pullbacks day after drops, right? And something that we talked about, right? So again, see here we're going to a more negative momentum, right? So on the MACD we're not doing anything, but on the RSI, low, higher low, even though we're going lower again, creating that that strong bullish divergence, and again getting these small pumps. Now, is it looking like Bitcoin chart? Not that closely related. I would say they're closely related on the movements, but not so much on the magnitude of the movements, right? Here we kind of stabilized, even though we did have this peak to downside, we recovered nicely. Here on the US 30, we recover on the next day, I would say, right? And again, right now, losing it. So the Dow Jones would probably look a little bit similar, right? So yeah, you can see this happening, right? Again, that's going to be it for this, man. And again, same bounces that we're getting, right? Playing off the RSI, not so much of the MACD. We kind of killed them on the MACD, even though here we have it on the MACD to this one. And then we dropped a little bit more and we kind of killed it. 437, 498. So as you can tell, we kind of killed this and then went slightly lower. And again, looking like the US 30, right? We're getting the bounces off the good stuff, right? Of the divergences. Right now, we're trying to go for a higher price, but we're probably failing. And the US 30 is probably indicating that we're losing value, right? So tomorrow we might have a red day. Yes, Benny, tomorrow we might have a red day. I'm not sure how strong it's going to be. This is going to depend on the overnight still. Let's see how this goes. What else? I have a warning here. Data provided with free plan is not updated. All right, cool. Go away. Guys, if no one has any more questions, that's going to be it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. It's a quick show thanite. We did the news, we did the market. Like I said, not much happening. Everything's like a picture of itself. So we're going to call it a stream for tonight. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that bell, that sub so you're notified when we go live. This is State of Crypto. I'm your host, Martin. It has been a pleasure being here with you guys tonight on an awesome Tuesday night. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're having a great week. I might be doing home office a couple days here, so it's interesting, right? I don't get to do it that often. But certainly a little bit more interesting. I've been taking stuff so I'm not coughing that much. I'm still a little bit sick from last week. You know, I had a small cough. Bacterial, nothing too crazy, so I'm not worried about coronavirus or anything like that yet. Taking antibiotics, and I just had like something to keep my throat from like hurting right now, and not coughing that much. Right. Anyways, thank you guys for showing up tonight. Stay cool. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of State of Crypto. Until then.